Yeah, alright, Shalom, Shalom, Yasharala, the elect of the nation of Israel, the elect of Yahweh Shai. First and foremost, Kal Halalim wa Hawad la Yahweh, Bahasham Hamashiach wa Malak Yahweh Shai, wa Baha Rakah Kodash. Double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who labor in this word and doctrine, as they are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. Enough respect and salutations to the Akim, pushing this word throughout the four corners of the earth. To you few sisters who are doing the right thing, to you I say Shalom, wa Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord willing. You know, so Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So we're going to touch on the book of Zechariah chapter 5, verse 5 through to verse 11, okay, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. So we're going to go straight into it. So Zechariah chapter 5 and verse 5 reads, Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, Lift up now thine eyes and see what is this that goeth forth. Verse 6, And I said, What is it? And he said, This is an Ephah that goeth forth. He said, Moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. Right? You know, and an Ephah, it's basically, you know, like a balance, you know, a measurement, okay, that would measure things such as, you know, corn or salt or sugar, right? That was what was measured in an Ephah. In fact, what I can do is actually get an image of that real quick. Alright, that's something else. Bear with. Right, so Ephah. In fact, if I type in measurement, so like here. Alright, it's a lot clearer. Alright, so this is what an Ephah basically was. I don't know why it's gone back to this. Alright. So as you can see, if I go into one of the images, like this for example. Alright, see it looks like a like a pot, and this has the measurements, right, like a homer, and alright, and the liquid measures, the baths, okay. So it's like a pot or a similar, you know, measuring instrument, depending on, you know, the weight that it would carry, okay. Then of course it would be obviously a bigger Ephah, depending on how much you'd measure. So again, it's a measuring instrument, alright. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is all about balance, okay, because a false balance, a false balance is an abomination, but a just weight is his delight, okay. Alright, so if, you know, wickedness continues to grow, like it is now, you know, Matthew 24:12, alright, iniquity abounding, then of course the Lord is going to rain down judgment, alright, on the inhabitants of the earth. So if we read verse 5 and then verse 6, Then the angel that talked with me went forth and said unto me, Lift up now thine eyes and see what is this that goeth forth. And I said, What is it? And he said, This is an Ephah that goeth forth. He said, Moreover, this is their resemblance through all the earth. Alright. You know, and that's that's what it is. You know, everything has to be balanced. Okay. Alright, that was what was going on. That's what was going on in that particular time period. Okay. He was going around with an Ephah and weighing everything in balance. Okay. Let's get a precept. Right, as I mentioned before, as I paraphrased before, Proverbs 11:1, a false balance is an abomination to the Lord Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, but a just weight is his delight. Proverbs 20:23, diverse weights are an abomination unto the Lord, and a false balance is not good. There you go. Alright. So ultimately he was weighing the sins, alright, upon the earth. Let's go to verse 7. And behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead, and this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of the Ephah. Okay. Alright, and a talent of lead, which is also a weight. Alright. And behold, there was lifted up a talent of lead, and this is a woman that sitteth in the midst of an Ephah. Right, and this woman that it's speaking about is indeed Israel. Now, how do we prove this? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman. Okay, so the daughter of Zion is in fact Yasharallah, the nation of Israel. Alright, you so-called Negroes, West Indians and Haitians, and Latinos, Native Americans and Seminole Indians. Okay, make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Alright, let's go back to Zechariah chapter 5. And verse 8. And he said, this is wickedness, and he cast it into the midst of the Ephah, and he cast the weight of lead upon the mouth thereof. Right, because the wickedness, of our people, of our nation, alright, the nation of Israel, was high. Okay. And again, this woman that's talking about in the verse is referring to Israel. Okay. Verse 9. Then lifted I up mine eyes and looked, and behold, there came out two women, and the wind was in their wings, for they had wings like the wings of a stork, and they lifted up the Ephah between the earth and the heaven. Right, and the two women here represents the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom of Israel. Okay. Right, verse 10. Then said I to the angel that talked with me, whither do these bear the Ephah? Verse 11. And he said unto me, to build it an house in the land of Shinar, and it shall be established and set there upon her own base. Alright. So this iniquity, alright, the two women brought this Ephah to Shinar. Okay, and Shinar represents a place in Babylon, but in the time period that this is talking about, okay, in this time period, it's talking about the place. The Babylonian captivity had already passed. Alright, so this is a prophetic scripture. Alright, so Shinar would represent Babylon, which would represent Mystery Babylon, America, which indeed is modern day Babylon. Okay. Alright. And he said unto me, to build it an house in the land of Shinar, and it shall be established and set there upon her own base. So again, alright, Shinar represents a place in Babylon, but in the time period that this was talking about, in the time period that this was taking place, was the Babylonian captivity. Okay, but it's still a future prophecy. Alright. Alright, because there's nothing new under the sun. Alright, if we go to Genesis chapter sorry, not chapter 1, chapter 11, I believe. And it reads, Genesis 11:1, and the whole earth was of one language and of one speech, and it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. If we jump down to verse 4, and they said, go, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. And the Lord said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this is they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build a city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because the Lord did confound the language of all the earth, and from thence did the Lord scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth. Okay, now it's talking about the Tower of Babel being built. Okay, back then. All right, so that's why the Lord, he confounded it, because they wanted one language, one system. All right, let's go back to Zechariah chapter 5. Okay, so back in Zechariah, just to sum everything up. All right, towards the end of scripture is talking about how these two women, both northern kingdom and southern kingdom of Israel, all right, would carry their iniquities to their new captivity, all right, which is in fact in the United States of America, where both kingdoms are dispersed. Yes, all Israelites, are scattered in every place across the world, but the majority of them are in North America, Babylon the Great, all right, which is our final captivity. Okay, because the elect, remember, they're everywhere. All right, but the great deliverance will take place in modern day Babylon. Okay, all right, so I hope that was edifying. Pray that was edifying. Thank you for tuning in. Again, double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and labor in this word and doctrine. All right, so with that, shalom. We got next, Lord willing, a barber ball, Kwam Yasharala. Shalom to the elect.